I just want to let you know real quick that we are running live. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. It's been a very crazy day. Oh, I screwed up my camera. That's even better. Yay me. So, hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone can be heard just fine. And today, I've got a very special guest. A very, very special guest. Is Casey is Raw.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Oh, not much. It's been honestly brutal. Here you go. I'll just turn on my camera for you. Turn on the wrong camera. There we go. Oh, the camera's on. Camera's been on the whole time, huh? Yeah, let me kill the other camera so that way they're not getting like two weird cameras in a row. So this is probably going to be a two-parter stream from the looks of everything because I've got a lot to say, and there's also, because I partially also want to react to what Rich had to say about the documentary because he had a lot to say about it.
I would love to hear about that.
So
I already watched the stream, the video, so because I was in the middle of doing something to keep me entertained while I was doing some work in my apartment. So I was like, but I'm more interested to get his take on it now.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna go over some of the parts that I wanted to talk about real quick because I got about an hour or so to talk, and then kind of give a little bit of a teaser for everyone for what tomorrow night's gonna be in store. Because he did a 4-hour stream on it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, yeah, we're going to have to do it tomorrow night because there's no way in hell I'm pulling off 4 hours in one.
Oh, no.
There's not enough Dr. Pepper in my Dr. Pepper.
You know what? That's what I'm drinking too.
Oh, that's fucking hysterical.
Usually I drink Coca-Cola, but lately I've been like, that's my vice. But I was like, started drinking some more Dr. Pepper. So I was like, and it's good. So it's kind of hard to get away from it. So,
fully understandable. Before we go any further, let me double check. I'm going to periodically skip to the OBS just to check the chat. Let me kick it open real quick so me and you can both read the chat together. So that way, from time to time, we can react to the chat. So let me switch back over to here. And I kind of want to go over the beginning and a couple of the big dramas. And then talk a little bit about the Jay situation, especially with Kino Casino, and then we're gonna hop on out because, Cause I have a couple of things like you, just like you. I have a couple of things that have to be done. That popped up last minute, as always, and apologies for the technical delay too, because I did not realize I have to have certain things set up in order to use my phone as a camera, which is what I normally use. And I was like, why the hell is none of this working? And I looked it up and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I gotta have Bluetooth on. And that has to be hooked to the same Wi-Fi? God dang it. I was sitting there plugging cables, unplugging cables, downloading apps, trying to use them. I'm like, what in the fuck is this madness? Little did I know, all I needed was fucking Bluetooth. Fucking Bluetooth.
Well, I'm going to predict that Rich probably had a meltdown when he was watching the stream.
I actually watched this stream. I was there from beginning to end, so this has been spoiled for me. But I spoiled it myself because originally I told myself I'm not gonna watch it, and I decided, you know what? Why don't I watch Rich's reaction? And then one of my friends, Stampede, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it, or is he a Stantee or Stampede? Stampede, that's it. It's literally Stan, but then you add the TY at the end.
Yeah.
And he did a reaction stream to it, and I was there. I was listening to his stream and Rich's at the same time, and I was communicating what Rich was saying to him because it was fucking crazy. So let's get to the intro of this first, and then
Attack USA
I'll
is
get some
a tragic
thoughts.
Case, one of instability where both ends of the emotional spectrum play against him.
Because you're dumb, and your kids will be dumb. You don't come to a stream for...
God, just when that intro hit, he paused it right there, and he was just like, I forgot I said that. And I was like, how do you not remember saying these things? Like, do you just not think about what you say before you say it? You not at least give it a thought and go, maybe I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, I would say old age, but he's the same age as I am. I'm 42, but like you gotta know, with all his pot usage, that doesn't help either. So,
and they're also speculating that he may have Bell palsy or LS, something like that, because of the way his right eye sits currently, because it kind of sits like this. I'm not trying to mock him. I'm like trying to give you an idea of what it may look like.
So I kind of had the same thing because, but it was related to my thyroid. Like I had an overactive thyroid, and actually I had a nodule on my right thyroid. Luckily, it's not cancerous. So, but it would have like, I would look like I'm all fucked up. One eye is a little open than the other. But
like for me, you can tell when I'm tired because my eyes look very slanted, and I kind of get like this, and I start to nod. Like, but I for the most part, I usually, if I think my eyes are like really closed looking, I'll like wind them out like that, just so that way the eyelids come back, because I don't want to look like I'm suffering from anything I don't have. Because like the only thing I maybe suffer from legitimately, other than scoliosis, but that has nothing to do with that, is sleep insomnia, I guess is how you would phrase it, just because I've had a piss poor sleeping schedule, and that's my fault. That is nobody else's fault. That is me. I am being lazy about some of the stuff that I do, and then I don't think about doing it until like 3 in the goddamn morning, and then it's a little late to do anything. But then I just piss off my neighbors anyhow.
Well, before we move on, dude, we did Saturday is Raw until like what, 3 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock your time?
It was about 3:45 my time when the show finally ended.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was a good show. It was getting a little spicy.
A little spicy, and more like a couple of those motherfuckers wanted to see if I'd come down there to come whoop their ass for real. They attempted fucking fate.
But it was a good show, and I didn't like. Shortly after that, I think I ate something and then passed out on the couch because I still like. This has been a crazy week for me. and I couldn't sleep in my bed because I had video games all over it. Because I'm like, I had to rebuild the shelf this morning, and I just got it all set back up properly. So, I'm tired again.
I fully understand that. Like I said, I'm mostly just checking on the stream to make sure everything's good. We're not getting like super weird glitches because I've been having issues with, my Wi-Fi here. So I made some adjustments, and it looks like we're doing pretty good so far. So, and I hadn't seen any complaints from the audience members. Yep, no complaints whatsoever. So we're doing good. And look at the face though. That's the thing I have right there. It's just like, I should have made this the thumbnail right there. That fucking just.
Yeah, he looks defeated already right there.
Because like, here's the thing. Like, he can never bitch about it. Like, me and RJ talked about it. Unfortunately, I lost that part too, to how Rich ruined his career with the family-friendly 8-Bit Eric stream. Like,
yeah.
He's got a picture of 8-Bit Eric down there making a weird face, and then he's got fucking Jordan Peterson crying. And it's like, and the guy is supposed to get butthurt whenever you make fun of him crying. No, you should take the faulting. If you're gonna make fun of somebody else for crying, then you should not be butthurt when someone makes fun of you for crying. Plain simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's doing right there. Like, he's obviously breaking down. But like, honestly, my history watching Review Tech was not like, at first, I was there when he was doing the gaming news, but he was also doing it like, this is before the Nintendo Switch came out. He was talking about it, how the Wii U was failing, Switch was, what the rumors the Switch was going to be, but he would always had gameplay going while he's reading the news and giving his opinion. And I liked his opinion when he was doing the gaming news. So that's why I became a fan. And before the whole Jay situation, yeah, he was starting to kind of copy ideas with the DK Oldies videos where he'll buy a couple systems and have his dad open it up, because for a person having the name of Review Tech USA, he can't open a console himself.
Apparently the reason why, according to Rich, and we'll get into it when we do his live stream, but the short end of the story is that he claimed the reason why he renamed or started another channel called Review Tech USA was because he wanted to like a bunch of his old videos that he did with his father. When him and his father used to apparently sell radios and speakers on YouTube, which I was not aware that they did that. And I was like, so you're an egotistical prick.
Yeah.
Why bother covering that up? He's like, well, if Junior King had just bothered to call me, it's not like he was going to be mitigating lovers. I'm like, Junior King didn't want anyone giving information because all the information he needed was public. It's not like he's not the right opinion where he makes 7+ hour documentaries. Which, fuck me, I don't know if I could ever do one of those. I don't know if I could sit there for 4 hours.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who the King was. I went and watched this review, the documentary, and then I was in the middle of watching the Gerard the Completionist, and he does good work. So I was like, I had to sub to him when he did that. So,
yeah, June is similar to The Right Opinion, where he does great jobs. He does a great job, I should say, when it comes to like finding information and everything. But as far as like, excuse me, the link to like his documents and stuff like that, he usually is not super long with them. And all things because he's one of those. He gives you like the majority of information you would need to understand the story. And if he needed to continue on, he usually is because it ties in to another drama or it was a setup for another drama. Because this, as you'll see, and as the audience members will see, like a lot of what happened with Rich kept tying into other stuff that was happening, and the ultimate thing he finally concluded to, besides owning up to a lot of his mistakes and roasting himself on his live stream, I'm not going to spoil it much more than that, but the final thing he owned up to is the fact is that he kept feeding the trolls when me and his other audience members kept telling him to quit feeding the trolls. He, I guess, has finally learned his lesson. I don't know if he has.
Wow.
I am very doubtful he has. But like I told him in a Twitter message, because me and him talk to each other on Twitter. Yes, that is true. Me, him, Jay, me, and quite a few others all talk on Twitter. Despite what Eric believes, I am not playing anybody's side. This is not politics. I don't work like that. I'm not Donald Trump. I'm not trying to be the next tremendous president. Unlike what Big Eric believes, I am not trying to play anybody's side. I am just simply being nice to people. If that hurts your feelings, then you need to get the titanium strap-on out of your butt.
Well, I mean, did I hear right that Mr. Beast was trying to go be president one day? Like, and now he's,
Yeah,
like, having
yeah.
a,
He right at the start of March of this year, he made a post because people didn't really like Trump and they didn't like Biden after the
yeah.
what was it, after the presidential debate. No one liked either one, and he made a Twitter post, what if I ran for president when I make it to the age of 35, which he's only like a couple of years away. People were, and even I myself included, that was like, yeah, I would love to see someone of your age run for president, because you would be someone I would vote for. You're closer to my age, closer to my ideas, politically speaking, and, well, like I said, closer to my age, someone that I could relate to. And, well, that ain't ever gonna happen. Or maybe it might. Maybe if he becomes friends with Nancy Pelosi, he might get in.
Well, I mean, maybe he can, like, explain with all these allegations.
Oh, good luck. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, there's way too much stuff against him. We're veering off. I just.
Oh no, you're good. So let's continue on with the live stream, shall we?
Else is baggage. You know what I mean?
Wipe off that fake tear.
These extreme reactions
Oh,
are
God.
at the lowest point of his channel, which previously released highly relevant, low-effort videos taking service-level glances at gaming news or subjects parallel to gaming. Though this is no longer the case. Now Rich's focus is on streaming and producing music to little avail. He's either too subdued by intoxicants, where dead air and awkward pauses fill his streams, or sober and anxious, lashing out at those he feels have wronged him, like his former editor Jay.
You're the sidekick everywhere you go. You couldn't cut it. That's why you.
Oh God. Oh, just I was there for that. That's bringing back horrible memories. Oh my God. Stop.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, you look horrible for that.
Oh my God, fucking love the comment. You're a sidekick everywhere I go. Oh, by the way, I just want to clear this up for the record. When I talked to Jay about this while the documentary was premiering, I asked him about it. He's like, no, I'm not trying to be friends with him again. I'm just being kosher. I was like, because I'm like, everybody keeps saying you want to be friends, so I wanted to clarify if that was the truth. He's like, no, we're not friends. I mean, why would you want to be friends with the guy who fucked you over? And then it's like, I can understand it from the internet standpoint. Like, it looks like Jay's wanting to be friends again with the guy who fucked him over and then tried to ruin his life. But I can promise you, from what Jay told me, that he's not looking to be friends. He's just, he wants to bury the hatchet in a sense that he doesn't want any more bullshit, because knowing how crazy Rich has been lately, You really want them contacting your businesses?
No, but that's pretty screwed up when someone wants to do that. You know, like God forbid, just break up and that's it. Why do you have to go to the point where you're gonna contact the person's job? Like that's messed up. Like that's hate right there. When
Yeah,
you have to resort to that.
Well, it tells you that what's the phrase I'm looking for? It tells you that they are in the wrong when they're going so far as to contact people's businesses. Like, look, like if I get something wrong and I get corrected, I take responsibility for it. If somebody else gets it wrong, as I've come to find, most of them usually don't take responsibility, Dave. So, as far as I'm concerned, like this is right here going to the extreme, to the point of, and I go back to like Slug, the person I dealt with that I told you about, and I mentioned again on like Saturday's show that, well, actually technically speaking, last night's show, that I've dealt with this before, and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks when somebody decides they want to contact your family, they want to try to find out where you live, and they want to like contact you there, they want to like find out where you work. I'm like, it's bullshit. It's crazy and it's bullshit.
Like, to me, like, that's just like, why go to that lengths like that? Like, I just don't get it. Like, people want to dox people or get people swatted. Like, why go to that lengths?
Yeah, and
like,
hey, my friends are here too. Hey, Scotland. Hey, Stanty. That's the guy I was telling you about, Casey.
What's that?
My friends right here I was telling you about. These are the guys I was telling you, well, trans woman and the friend of mine, Stanty. I actually found him. I found Stanty because of another detractor who's a friend of mine. I found him because of him, and I started following his content.
Huh.
And he's a really great Twitch streamer. If you haven't checked him out, if you can remember to post it in the chat, and that's a hint that you post his link down below. You guys should go follow him on Twitch. He's phenomenal. So let's get into this a little bit. Give you guys kind of a teaser of what's going to happen tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, me and Casey are going to be reacting to the whole Rich stream, which is literally titled "My Downfall Live." Yeah.
I might listen to that when I'm at work. Like, that would keep me entertained.
Oh, and if you can, from time to time, peer at the live chat. Because I was in there and I was making fun of everybody. I was even making fun of G McFly, who's a friend of mine. Because he was talking about, like, fuck casino, and they don't know what they're talking about. And I said, well, the house wins every time. And, well, am I wrong? The house won.
you gotta like the Kino Casino. They're great guys.
It's just to me, it was stupid. Totally fucking Rich should have just not said anything. The same with Apex Eric's the standpoint. If I was Rich, I wouldn't have blamed Eric for it. If anything, I would have had Eric come on the stream and I would have like show him like, look, this is like my side. This is why I feel this way about Jay. I feel like he fucked me over, and this is this like list of reasons why. I would have done I would have done a stream with him. I wouldn't have not done anything that Rich did, period. Because all that did, as it will demonstrate in the documentary, is made Rich look like the prick that he is. And I'm not going to spoil it because I was about to spoil another part of the stream, but when we get to that part with him and Jay, you're going to love what he says. You're going to love it. But let's continue with the documentary. Oh yeah, Sheila, it was a fucking... This documentary was crazy. Just fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
My editor.
Rich's self-destruction has also unearthed a history of
Oh,
doxing.
God, yep.
Poor research that at one point had the former president of Sony call him stupid, and a history of lies and drama that were almost forgotten, but are coming back to form a rich history of failure.
Oh, get felt it. Anyhow.
In late 2009, a channel named Review Tech USA began uploading. This was Rich Masucci's, an American man with a tech background, second attempt at YouTube. Uploaded was video after video of video game consoles, spanning virtually all console generations.
And then this is the part where I'll be like, Rich totally ignored this part, which was that, hopefully I'm not feeding back to you with a different microphone. Let me make sure real quick. Oh, yes, I am. I'm feeding you back your own voice.
What, me?
No, I'm feeding you back my own voice. Give me 1 second. What I'm talking about is because this is the way I have the live stream set up. So let me feed you a different one that's not feeding you the video and an echo.
Okay.
But anyhow, to explain real quick, Rich went on June about how he didn't talk about the first channel, but June acknowledges that this was his second attempt, meaning it was another channel. But I was in the chat, most of us were like, the first channel isn't relevant to this fact. We're talking about the channels you have now, not what you originally started. Like, that's not the point. Kind of just veering off the course there, buddy. Veering off the course. But anyhow, let's continue.
From the Atari 2600 to the then modern Xbox 360. These were off the cuff, simple overviews of the consoles where Rich of Review Tech USA often interjected his own stories with the devices. The same could be said about his other videos that range widely on topics. This one was playing into a stereotype that women enjoy being on the phone longer. This video, though titled Is Steve Jobs Died, was really about Rich.
Yeah, I ain't touching that female video, but as far as like the Steve Jobs one, that's a weird fucking title considering Steve Jobs is dead at the time he would have made that video.
I don't want to cause trouble, but I'll be like, I think it's true because, I mean, I don't see a lot of dudes ever like just nonstop on their phone or like they just keep talking. I'm like, for me, like, I hate being on my phone. Like,
for me, I actually prefer phone calls over text, and the reason why is a tone of voice. Because the thing is, over the phone, I can convey to you the jokes that I want to make, and you wouldn't necessarily get offended. However, if I tried to do it over text, I have a higher chance of offending you unintentionally. Because for example, like I could, I'm going to use this one for example. It's a pickup line. It's my favorite one because it's incredibly stupid. But you can see how this could easily end bad. So let's say I'm talking to a female friend of mine, right? And I'm on the phone call with her, and I tell her the joke about it, and it goes like this. Hey, baby, you know what the difference is between a cheeseburger and a boner is? You're not giving me a cheeseburger right now. Stupid, right? Totally fucking stupid, but it's funny. Now imagine if I sent that over a text. You can see how that would not be interpreted correctly.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to steal that.
Go right ahead. See, I didn't come up with that one. I stole that from a YouTuber. That like they went on Reddit and they read like the funniest ones they could find, and that was one that popped up, and I died laughing. And then the YouTube channel is called Neebs Gaming, and then that was Apshro that said that, and then his friend Brian comes up, and he's like, well, you know what I do? He's like, I would walk up to a lady and I would go, man, you look pretty, but you look pretty, I want to date you, but I can't because of those shoes. And he walks off. And then Neebs looks around and goes, you just want to get murdered?
Yeah.
He's like, you just want to get murdered? Let's see, I'm curious to see what the chat thinks real quick. What does the chat think? Italian American man child. Oh god.
See, the thing is, I don't have an Italian name like Rich does, but I'm half Italian, and so and you can see with the title belts on my wall, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. Like, if you see around apartment, like I have video games everywhere because I'm a video.
If you saw my room, like this half of it's really clean because this is where I do like all the recording, streaming. This is also my practice space where I practice on my drums. I literally actually just got done practicing about an hour and a half ago, and then if you looked where my bed was, you would think a hurricane, like a force 10 hurricane came through. And then a Volvo came by and hit me too while I was at it, and that's why my face looks the way it does. And you would have a massive OCD breakdown, as some of my friends did when they asked me, like, "Hey, what does your room look like?" I show them the room, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm sorting through the clothes because I gotta figure out what fits and doesn't fit me anymore." Which sucks because
not gonna lie, between the living room, if you go to the kitchen, it's not the cleanest in the world, but you go in my bedroom, oh my god.
Look, at least wise your house didn't look like Chris Chan's. At least wise it didn't look like Chris Chan's. You got that much going for you, so give yourself that much. I'm a dick. Let's continue.
Experience with Apple products and the history of Apple. Those looking to find facts would scarcely find it on this channel. This could work to Rich's benefit. While he was not very keen nor uniquely knowledgeable of the products he was reviewing, he was very opinionated and confident in what he was saying. This means he had much to say and many videos to make, evident by his catalog. And after about a year or so of content creation, his beliefs had become established. Rich was a fan of console gaming, believing it was superior because of its ease of access and affordability against PC's customizability that also lends to its complexity. Taking a side in this never-ending debate meant that his opinions resonated with those that preferred consoles, and those audience members would become easier fans of Rich. But the same could be said about the opposition.
Here's the thing where I'll defend Rich on this, is that it is true that, like, it's literally 10 times easier. Like, right now, if you put a PC in front of me and then put my PlayStation 4 in front of me, I guarantee you I could get that PlayStation 4 in less than 15 minutes, where with the computer, it probably would take me an hour and a half. Granted, I know a good bit about PC parts and connections, checking cables and knowing what to look for, and installing Windows. I had to do that a few times. Kill me.
I had tons of consoles, so like I believe in consoles, but the thing is, I'm not like PCs are definitely superior. Even though, are they complex? Yes, but they're also like, I mean, games usually run better because it more powerful, and it's usually like sometimes the console will be slightly above the PCs when they first come out, and then PCs just leapfrog over them. So it's like PCs always are superior. Like, but I mean, I still prefer the consoles because they are a lot easier, especially I'm into retro gaming. I mean, I'll play modern day gaming, but I do miss the days where you just put a cartridge in and just go, instead of like playing the PS5 or the Switch, and then you're like, you're just hoping there's not an update that you had to wait for a while to get it done. They're like, oh, I want to play this game right now. Oh, I gotta wait about half an hour to an hour for the patches to be downloaded.
Well, it's like another superior game. If we want to talk about superior gaming, let's talk about macOS. I had to go there. I just had to go there. No, it was like,
I don't know much about that. So
so you don't know about Apple's notorious history of not supporting video games because Steve Jobs got fucked over by Bill Gates.
Oh, I know about the Apple Pippin, but I'll
tell you a story real quick. So Steve Jobs originally actually had the rights to have Halo. They originally had the rights to get Halo on Mac OS. And originally, the big like Mac Pros, were going to be gaming devices. They weren't going to be production machines. They were going to meant to be gaming devices designed to take on PCs. But Bill Gates, underneath Steve Jobs' nose, bought the corporation, cut the contract, and told Steve Jobs to go fuck himself. Yeah, that's what started the feud between the two. That only ended shortly before Steve Jobs passed away.
Well, I always was a Windows person. Like I grew up using Windows, so
which could be found in.
I'm sure it's not much harder to switch from one to the other, but
oh God, I'm sorry, but
what?
We got an Arch user, or Arch Links user in the chat. Oh God, kill me now. I gotta deal with that. God damn it. I can't wait for the. By the way, I use Arch, and Arch is superior. Go fuck yourself. Anyhow, fucking Linux ass clowns. I have to deal with them all the goddamn time. My operator is superior because I have full customizability. Well, you have fun when that damn thing crashes in like 2 weeks. Because I've heard the horror stories. One RTU driver is all it takes, and at least, and unlike Arch, at least wise, when I call Apple, I ain't gonna be called a fucking retard just because I downloaded the wrong piece of software. At least as I know, at least on the phone, they're not gonna call me a retard. Maybe behind my back they might say that. But anyhow. And then I pissed off my audience. Let's oh wait, hold up. Damn it, I had a great face. So a little side gag here on the channel, Casey, is that every time I pause a video, I usually pause it on the dumbest face I can possibly hit. I did that on Willie Mac. I did that to Willie Mac. No joke, 16 times I did it. In the 3-hour live stream we did about Keffels with me and Destructor. 16 times I kept landing on the face of the like, and I was just like, that was the one that made me laugh because he looked like he was holding like a cigar while he was high out of his mind. And I felt so bad.
I get clips on me all the time of bad faces. They're like, what are you supposed to do? You're talking and you're gonna have all types of looks when you're
I'm sure I've got a couple of goofy faces, although I intentionally made one like the thumbnail for Epic or Trash. I intentionally like imagine this was my phone. I was for the first episode I legitimately was trying to put together a thumbnail because I wanted to start learning how to do thumbnails, and I saw Epic or Trash was a great way to experiment. And so I literally tucked my chin in like this, raised the eyebrow like how The Rock does, and went like that. And that's what created the famous thumbnail that you see. You see in all my videos, like the show you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Epic or Trash.
Yeah, for like all the Epic or Trash videos, that's what that's where that picture came from, was me wanting to take a funny picture. And I wore like my dirty white shirt just because the joke was it was supposed to be a dirty redneck boy making in front of a city what was it, a dirty conservative redneck making in front of a sissy city boy from a democratic state. That was the joke. And that's why it worked, because if you look, it's Rich going.
Well, Rich nowadays, he always looks high, so.
And talking about his tibbies, because like that's what I need to know about, was him fucking taking off his fucking shirt. I don't know which one looks worse, Boogie or Review Tech. Because Boogie's, his fucking nipples fold underneath. Literally, I saw it and it made me gag. I actually gagged on screen. I gagged so hard when I saw that.
I just ate too, and you said that.
Hey, now you know how I feel. I ate, and when I think about it, it makes me want to throw up. Because I saw that. That was on the first live stream because I watched the whole live stream through. That was the first live stream when Destiny busted him for lying about cancer. He literally was like, I caused self-harm, and he like threw his shirt up, and that's when his folds flapped on there, and I went,
And he threatened to throw his dick.
Yeah, and then he started to pull his pants down as he was like, okay, no. And I love Tommy's reaction. He's like, oh, no, we're not doing it. Keeps like, yo, you blacking the screen?
He'll get naked, no problem, but oh, God forbid you show the medical papers. That's completely like, one's way worse than the other. Like,
one's committing a crime and the other one is earns you $85,000. Which one do you pick? Oh, I'm gonna pick the one that's a fucking crime.
Exactly.
We got a special sound for people like that, Casey. And if you wonder where we got a soundboard on here, there's a particular sound that I use to describe Boogie. It goes a little something like this.
Dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great.
Grade A, number one, bona fide, first class. The song is literally titled Dumbass. That is the name of the song. It's a great song. You should check it out.
That's
Blackbuster Critic, or BBC for short.
Oh,
was a
hey,
creator
AJ,
that
I'm
pushed
surprised to see ya.
Gaming over consoles. This, in late 2010, eventually led
Wait,
to...
hold on, real quick. I gotta read this comment real quick. I mean, it's preference. There's Mac and Windows stuff you can do. I don't care about your Linux. Piss off with it. Mac boy hating on Linux.
BBC.
So I'll let you have the post first, or the
I'm gonna get canceled for that.
whatever the hell you want to call it.
I'll pause it real quick. Of all things that I've ever said, that's gonna be the thing that'll get me canceled. Guarantee it. I guarantee you some fucking tech tuber is gonna hear that, and then he's gonna make it like a 5-hour fucking stream about me because I said I don't like Linux. I guarantee it.
Well, there's always like the war between the consoles and then you got the PC master race, how they like to call it. You know, you gotta make the computer, the personal computer master race. You know, and that's what they consider themselves as. That it's not like, oh,
I actually have run into a couple of people who are like that, legitimately. I would honestly rather take this toy that you see right here, this Friday the 13th toy. My brother got for me. That's the fake Jason. I would rather take fake Jason here, shine him up real pretty, polish him up real nice, turn this sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up my candy ass before I have another fucking conversation with anyone like that. Ever. I don't care. Like, I could be struck with lightning, and I will refuse to talk to that person. I would rather be struck by lightning. Literally. Like, lightning could strike me right now, right between the legs, and I would not care. It would still not convince me to talk to these fuckers. Because they drive me crazy. Because any little thing you say, they get so fucking butthurt. They turn into a baby crier. They cry so much, it's so tremendous. The tears that fall down their face if you don't even remotely agree with their opinions. So now with that, let's continue.
We'll go from there.
What do you want me to talk about first?
State the case of why, PC gaming is superior for everybody.
After about an hour-long debate, Rich concedes.
I'll be the first to admit that he owned me.
All right.
I'm saying it. I'm the man right here saying it. So
as far as this is concerned, the ultimate thing I'm going to say is that I agree and disagree with it. I think console gaming is great as long as you have the physical disc and hardware. Because to me, computers now don't use disc anymore. Everything's digital. Everything you do is like either on a drive or on a USB stick or it's on a cloud somewhere. And yes, I'm aware that like the PlayStation 4 and 5 don't really use the disc on more or less just keys that download the game.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the older consoles like the 360, the PlayStation 3, where the games were on physically on the disc. So even if the servers go down.
But that's also the bridge, though, too. That generation is the bridge. Like, you didn't really have much of downloads from. You had some downloads from. Well, I'd say the bridge is between the PS2 and PS3 era to where we are now, because the PS1 and everything behind it, you really didn't have any downloading content, minus some add-ons. But then you had PS2 that will get. It had a hard drive. You could put some stuff. Honestly, Xbox had Xbox Live after a little while, and you're able to download content onto that. But honestly, the main way for content for games were through DVDs, and same thing with the next generation. But you were starting to see more downloads during that era too. So, but when you hit PS4 and Xbox One, it was starting to lean like it was. The digital was starting to rise of the selling of that, and obviously now you can see the PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's get like digital is starting to overwhelm the physical form now.
Well, yeah, and
Because
like
now you can't.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I was gonna say because now it's you can't really buy physical discs. And when you do, all it is just like a bunch of encryption keys and decryption keys that tell the server, "Hey, this is a legitimate copy," and you can download it.
Exactly. I mean, like if you don't care having the physical copy, like then there's no point leaving your house to go get it. Like, obviously, I'm a big physical copy person, but like, I mean, my Switch has a ton of digital downloads, but there's a lot of them only because some of those games are only digital. It's not like, oh, I didn't want to go get it. Like, I'll prefer to go to Walmart or wherever and get a physical form of it than digital if I can.
Right.
And sadly, after this generation, I'm afraid, like, next version of the Xbox Series X, the new one that's coming out, they're taking out the disk drive and it's all digital, but you get a second drive, a terabyte for the hard drive. So you get 2 terabytes. So, and you can see the PS5 having, like, they have an interchangeable console where oh, you can buy the digital version, or let's say you want later on you get the physical version, you could get the Blu-ray drive, slap it in there, and then put another shell on the side. So, but this is definitely, I feel like, is the last version, the last generation of physical form, minus what Nintendo's going to do.
I was gonna say, like, I'm assuming you're referring to the PlayStation 5 Slim models. And like my problem with the PlayStation 5, and then we're gonna move on to another drama because, like I said, a couple of dramas we can hit on, and then I gotta take off. But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to that, the thing I hated the most, and I talked about it in the 4th episode of Epic or Trash, when you remember when Helldivers 2 was going to be forced to the PSN network, and unless you had an account with them, you were deadlocked out of the game. I was talking about it. I was like, what pissed me off about the PlayStation 5 was that you were promised 8K at 30 frames a second when the console could barely do 4K at 60 frames a second. I'm like, it's the false advertising that pisses me off about Sony more than Microsoft, because Microsoft, as you've noticed, doesn't really advertise how well the consoles work. They just say it does good, in a sense. Rarely do you see them bragging about it, comparatively to like the Windows Copilot PCs from Qualcomm.
Well, when this Xbox One X came out, they made sure they're like, oh, this is the most powerful console today. And honestly, like, I felt that probably could have been their next generation, because it was a huge leap that they didn't really need a Series X because how big the leap was. But a PS4 Pro was only a band-aid for a while. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see another mid-gen refresh. I don't think we might not get that this time, because Sony already said that we're already midway through their life ban for the PS5. But if you go to the fucking Walmart and you want to go buy a physical disc, oh, you don't have much options. I'm like, oh my god, where's the freaking games at? Like, unless you're gonna buy a bunch of digital games.
Or my personal favorite is, where's the console? Like, have fun trying to find a fucking console, because like down here in Georgia, like in Hiram, that's one of the bigger Walmarts that I live towards. Fuck all if you're gonna find the video games, like, unless you're buying Xbox. If you're buying Xbox, you can find a fuck ton of them. PlayStation, like, fucking might as well not exist. And Nintendo is depending. It just depends on the day and whether or not if they remember to stock the shelves. But as far as the consoles are concerned, you can get the Xbox, no problem. You can get any of the Xboxes. PlayStation, you might have to go out back and maybe do some favors for some people, and you might get lucky if they pull the stock. But the accessories, you can get the accessories. Plenty of PlayStation 5 remotes. I'm like, I don't need a PlayStation 5 remote. I need the console. The remote.
Is that still today though? Like, I can go to my Walmart today, like any of them, and they'll have PlayStations. Like, I remember before, like in the middle of the pandemic, like the PS5 was going between $800 and $1,000.
Oh my god! I saw that and I went, fuck that. If I'm gonna pay that much for it, fuck that.
Oh no, I still have my PS4 Pro, and at the time they were still making games for it. So I was like, okay, right now the PS5 doesn't have a lot of games exclusive to it, and they're still putting out games for PS4. It's like, yeah, PS4 Pro is still like just only a half step behind. So
like,
I'm okay with that.
Like, I've got like the PlayStation 4 still. Let me take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right.
And then
Excuse me.
alrighty, we are coming back.
We need to get back. We need to get back to this video.
Yeah, because we got so fucking sidetracked with everything.
We talk about video games, and I'll talk your ear off because I love.
Oh yeah,
games.
no worry. So like the first thing I want to touch is like this one, which is the camcorder drama. That's the first one I want to touch. And your friend AJ is here, little bastard.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna insult the living hell out of every single one of them.
Definition camera. This is what inspired the video. I need your help. which has long since been removed from his channel but archived third-party compilations that demonstrate how catastrophic not so much this video was, but the endless responses and poor handling of what should have been a simple situation.
Yes, I know I'm going to be called an e-beggar no matter what I say. But I'm doing this with a twist that no one else has done because I don't just want your friggin' money. I really don't. I honestly don't. What do I need? I need a camcorder for the show, straight up. Using gameplay footage, I'm constantly dealing with getting copyright claims on my videos.
Rich goes on to explain how he would avoid the title e-beggar by donating the $500, which
I'll be
is
right
the
back.
amount
I'm
he
going
was
to grab
seeking
something
for the camcorder a year after
Well, I'm
he
going to let
receives
this
the
play out
funds
because
to a
you
charity
need to hear
of
the
his
whole
audience
thing.
choice. What's more, if the donation goal is exceeded, he will refund any of that excess money. This is overly complicated. Even for 2013 YouTube that was less accepting of creators petitioning for money or earning it through sponsorships, the depths that Rich was going to just avoid being called an e-beggar, something only the smallest sections of his audience would even care about, exposed that as an insecurity and point that he could easily be pressured by, easily trolled from.
The only people that pissed me off, even though I expected it, is when people said they donated and I would see like the same small group of trolls like going around and attacking people.
It did not take long for Rich to get that money via donations. He even bought a cheaper camera that was about $140 less than expected. But he made the mistake of addressing the trolls and the BBC.
So I went out and bought a new tool. A Sony HDR 260V. And let me tell you right now, it is a phenomenal camera. And I bought this with my own money. How about that?
That was the Blackbuster
I'm not
critic.
gonna lie
While he did not
about
mention
this.
Rich
Like,
or Review
there's a
Tech
lot of
USA by
YouTubers
name,
who
he did expose the
don't
criticisms
have
that he knew
goals,
bothered Rich.
don't know goals,
This was
where,
bait,
like, hey,
and Rich readily took
get
it.
this to
It's your
help
old buddy
for
Rich
the-
from Review
for the
Tech
chance.
USA or
I don't
Review Beg
see
USA.
a problem
You've had some
with
colorful
that.
things to say about me. Let's just do it the
But-
good old-fashioned way and debate it live on Skype and see how it goes. The offer's
I
on the
love
table,
how
buddy.
He always had a problem
Hopefully you accept.
with Patreon.
Not only did Rich
But
flub
he should-
this situation by taking the
he
bait,
should
he also
put
challenged the
Patreon
BBC
up
to a
instead
debate,
of letting
which the BBC
people
readily accepted.
What I say could be applied to a lot of
Groundbreaking
people.
to shut down his
But this one particular
Patreon.
person personally came to my video and was talking trash. And if you want to come out and Skype me and debate like you say you do, and I know plenty of things.
Now, I do want to pause it real quick because I don't know why my Streamlabs didn't go off, but I got a donation from, well, I'm going to say anonymous person, but they are a fan of the channel. So I just want to say thank you for the $2. I appreciate that.
Hey, let me bring one thing up. I was saying where he's complaining about he was like, I bought this camera with my own money, but a lot of times YouTubers nowadays will have like a goal, like a stretch goal for something they really need to help for their channel. So like I can understand if it like if he doesn't have the money, but it's used for his channel. Okay, I don't see the problem, but like, and I also think in him letting people judge him, like browbeat him out of his Patreon. Like if, like I don't see why him having a Patreon should have been a big deal, because like if he's able to put up a service and have like live streams and whatever, why not? But like if he's straight up like just like, but if he's like having Patreon and just absolutely nothing, some people just even have Patrons and do nothing, but they just want to support the YouTuber. Like, so that's a really gray area, but I wouldn't say, Rich, you must take down that Patreon. You know, you're being e-bagger. I'm like,
Yeah, see, like I run a Patreon, for example, and like the legitimate, if people studied the history of Patreon, they would have known that the reason Patreon was created was for small time creators at the time who could not make money off of YouTube but wanted to do the live streaming full time. It was a way that you could offer exclusive content while getting paid to be a streamer or a YouTuber. And like Streamlabs is another great example of that. And Scala just gave me $2, so I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody who donates to me. So I might as well go ahead and be a shill right now. If you want to buy my merch, you can find it linked in the description of the video. It's or if you want to go to the website, it is streamlabs.com/themerciful/merch. And I've got hats, mugs, t-shirts, hoodies with my channel's logo. So if you want to buy that, that's more than appreciated. You don't have to. Everything that everybody gives is totally appreciated. I thank you so much for it. I appreciate all the support. If you want to join the Discord server that I'm in right now, my Discord server, that's how you do it. It's through Patreon. $2 a month while I've got the sale going on. But once the sale ends in August, it will go back up to $5.
Well, now you're done with that, I'm gonna have to browbeat you because you can't do that without people browbeating you into making you feel bad about that. Like,
trust me, I used to feel absolutely horrible about saying that every time. It wasn't until I'm not going to name the YouTuber, but it wasn't until he talked to me and told me, you got to stop giving a shit about people's feelings when it comes to that. Because at the end of the day, it is your channel. It is your product. You run it as you see fit.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
And that's why I'm making fun of you all the time. No, but I would say, like, you've probably been one of the, you and Eric have probably been like some of the nicest YouTubers I've legitimately worked with, despite the fact I can't get Eric to come on the fucking show. That's a hint, Eric. That's a hint.
Yeah, the guy's busy. I mean, he's a YouTuber. Plus he does wrestling. I'm sure
if I have to kick down his door to make it do it, I will fucking kick his door down. I guarantee you, he'll see this later and he'll be like, oh my God, he's going to kick my door down. I must make videos about him.
I'm sure he's like busy all the time. Like, so it's like, I know me doing even what I'm doing. Like, yeah, I come home. If I have a little free time, and if I'm not tired from work, I'll try to edit a video or do some gameplay for it, ready for editing, or maybe live stream or do my Saturday is Rob podcast. And a lot of times, like, I mean, you almost never have a chance to just sit down and just chill and relax and do nothing,
Yeah, no, that's not my life at all either. Even though I don't have a full-time job currently, I do this full time because I'm always working on content. I'm always recording. I'm always scheduling stuff. As you've noticed that I'm always scheduling stuff. I'm always talking to people, trying to get things together. And not only that, but I'm live streaming now constantly. And it's not just on one platform. I'm on multiple platforms. So it's not like it's just all synchronated into one.
Yeah.
I'm spread across multiple. But as one troll found out from Slug's companions, one troll found out there's a reason why I did it is because I built a large fan base over having myself spread to multiple places.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I want to do that as well, but I'm like right now, I'm just doing baby steps. Like I finally got partnered with YouTube to start getting like super chats and
I'm so close.
And hopefully soon where I can start putting ads in my videos so YouTube would monetize it that way, but I don't get enough views like that. I get enough views on that. I'm happy about it. Like that's all right now. I feel like it's a hobby, you know.
Like, don't get me wrong. For as much stress as this has caused me, because it has caused me stress, I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff that I do. I wouldn't be doing it if I truly hated it. Like, there was a time where I hated making content and I just didn't make content. But I've looked at it recently and I was like, you know what? I could actually do something with this platform, so that's what I did. And like I said, I apologize to everyone who donated and didn't get the alert. I don't know what the hell happened there. I'll probably have to fix it, knowing Streamlabs, because probably I'm gonna have to do something to fix it. It is what it is there. So, but I appreciate it. Once again, if you want to donate, go right ahead. If you got a message you want me to read and it doesn't pop up for whatever reason, just post it down or send me a message and I'll read it. If you've got me on Discord, if not, add me on Discord, and I'm going to type my username in right now so you can add me. Let's see, here we go. There you go. So if you want to add me on Discord, there's my username. And with that, let's continue. Oh God, look at the face. Look at the face.
Plenty of questions to ask you, which you're gonna goof up on. Just like in our last debate, how I led you by the hand like a child encountering your own points. That's what's gonna happen again.
This debate did not come as Rich failed to show, but he did release a video showing that he did purchase the camcorder and did not pocket the donations. While the BBC continued to respond, what was more important was that Rich's responses and continually addressing this drama was inviting more and more trolls that Rich was responding to.
Master Flex, everyone out there who's deeply concerned about what I'm doing, you need to, don't go into the whole thing, oh, I'm trolling, I'm just mine.
One, he needs to clean his camcorder off because it looks like he smeared his Italian juices all over it.
It's like Mikkel's view last night, where
oh God, yeah, it's just like it was so hard to focus, and I was generally getting dizzy, so that's why I didn't stare at my phone screen most of the time. Because I was on my my mobile setup, I was not on my desk setup at all.
But I agree with what June said a second ago about like you're inviting your trolls when you're doing that. Like he's bringing it to himself, honestly. Like if you gotta learn to laugh. And like if you can't, then you should not be here.
Not only that, but like people in general like that just need to honestly, like Rich in general, like his and again, I don't know if he's going to learn this lesson, hopefully he has, is he needs to stop feeding the trolls. When the trolls come at it, like there's some trolls that I know, like I'll talk to some of my friends who are part of those detractor communities. I'll be like, hey, is this a person that does this and this? Like, yeah, that's what they are. I'm like, okay, cool, I know to stay away from them. Boom, and I'm done. I hit the block button and ignore everything else they say about me. And if someone brings it up to me, I'll go, well, that just proves they're a dumbass. They don't know me, they're a dumbass. For example, bad moments in locale history brought up when Rich called me a creep and a sexual predator. And he's like, he's so stupid that he changed his username to Den of Tim's, even though it's Horror House Media. I'm like, you never bothered to look at the channel? You did no research. You did none. You just proved you're a dumbass, and that's the reason why no one likes your shit. Because I've seen your Twitter post. I follow you on Twitter. You beg people to like your stuff. I know you have. I've seen the post. I even liked the post to let you know that I know. You dumbass. Hold on, real quick. I'm doing it wrong. You dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're a great fucking dumbass. Anyhow, people like that piss me off more than anything else. But to get back to it, it's just as clearly demonstrated in this one, and that's going to be an overarching theme throughout this whole documentary is Rich feeds the trolls attack back, Rich feeds the trolls attack back. It is
purple.
more like a vicious bridge of a titanium strap-on. Bonus points if you get that reference. I'm assuming you get that reference.
Oh, I mean,
so you don't get that reference. So that reference is to the low tier God stream that turned into him and Nate Sageno, who used to be a fan of his, who was a mod, who has a lot of fucking serious mental issues.
yeah.
Got in a spouting match between the two. And when Rich cleared up that he had nothing to do with what Minxie1 and a few other content creators were making content on him, and he's like, look, I banned you because you were acting crazy, and I wanted to give you another chance after the 6 different times I warned you and then banned you. I wanted to unban you and bring you back because I felt bad about banning you, but my mods and the community told me no. So that's why I was like, I can't bring you back. So after they got in that spouting match and Nate ran away to his live stream of 17 people to bitch about it while Rich had over 1,500 people watching him, Nate went on and had his mom, literally went to his mom, had the video, and Nazi with the birds. Here we go again with the bird warrior. So I'm going to bring up the comment section while I'm talking about this. So you can see Nazi the bird warrior. He was like, oh, fuck me with a titanium strap-on. Did he not just say right here that his mom called me? Well,
That got hurt though.
it's fun. Yeah, like that's what he said for real. That was the words. Fuck me with a titanium strap-on. I am not joking. I'm not making that shit up. I might actually just pull that stream up just so you can hear that phrasing now that I think about that. You know what? That's probably what I'll do. Real quick, we're gonna open up.
Gotta feel cold for sure. Like,
Well, it happened late last year, and now everybody gets to see the content that I watch. Anyhow, let's see. RTU streams. Pull up the channel. By the way, this is the live stream I was telling you about. Yeah, look at that.
no.
Fuck me. With a titanium strap on. Anyhow. Oh, God, I don't want to watch that one again.
Look at that face.
Just, yeah, look at that. And then Boogie. Oh, God. And then we got Phil again. This, I'm not in, I don't intend this to be a roasting match, but let's just look at that. Just look at that. What the fuck? And I thought this was weird. Oh, those were weird. Let's see, where is, see, this was I believe it was before he got injured. Let's see, because I was there for most of these live streams. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And yes, I am itching myself. I am very itchy. I got ate up by mosquitoes this morning. Fuckers.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. When I walked outside of my church and there was like a little lake thing that happened to build up in the dirt, and I guess who got ate. Yeah, here you go. This is the live stream right here. And pause it real quick. I am going to go about... Here, I think it's where it is.
Text follow
Nate, I've seen you in my own chat.
Let's see.
No. Why is it not? God, I did not want to do this with a guy like this, but when your fucking mother messages me, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You could have... Like, you just walk away and go off in the sunset, Nate.
Let's see. I'm gonna let it play through because this should take us to the part.
Am I messaging his mother? Okay. Am I messaging Frank?
He's going to pour maple syrup. good news and why I'm such a happy boy. Jay is going to pour maple syrup on his body while his cat is going to jump to its death. Yep, and I'll have to lick the maple syrup off of him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this part.
I know. This isn't the first time Jay
I forgot about this.
Canada nuts in my mouth and leaves. He does it almost every day.
Well, this isn't a big deal so
Like
far.
every other day, I'm like, damn it, Jay. I wake up, there's a bunch of jizz in my mouth, and it feels like a huge cock was in there. And I'm
I
like,
forgot
God
about
damn,
this.
Beast of a man.
Content warning, apologies. If you're eating lunch, stop eating now. If you're eating dinner, stop eating now.
Yeah, I was gonna say lunch is a long time ago.
Well, I don't have to worry about eating. I don't have to worry about it now. Fuck that. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Let me see if it you get to like this part.
The only reason I care is because metaphorically, he brought it to my. Metaphorically, go on Facebook, go on a private forum. You are in a public platform.
Okay,
People
no.
can talk about
That's,
the things that you say. That's why YouTube used to be broadcast yourself.
Yeah, no, hold on. Those.
Quantum, you want to call of 3 of harassing him on YouTube, hacked his phone. In my chat, can I talk? Can I?
Exactly what he said. Yo, she saw the poll on.
Okay.
No, this is easy. This will be easy. Yeah, it should be.
That'll be Minxie's fault.
Yep.
You're
Okay.
driving me nuts. So.
Jesus Christ, I knew this is how it's going to go. Fuck you, and fuck you. I
Wait,
already
send
got
me.
it.
No. Don't leave yet. I want to see
I'm
the.
out, dude. Peace out, dude.
No. You can't do that. You can't.
You can't do that. Just listen. Hey, stop. Send me evidence. Send me evidence.
I'd love to, but you don't want to see it. You're
No, I do. I will.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Nate. I love the way he says Nate.
Dude, I'm done. I don't need to talk.
No. I will wait.
Okay.
I know we're supposed to be watching a documentary, but I want to get to the part where he says the line. So it's
You have an editor.
the fuck you got to edit. I forgot about this part real quick. I forgot about how Nate has no fucking clue what a video editor is. I forgot about that. I died laughing when I heard that. I was like, you don't know what a fucking video editor is? The fuck? And then when I found out all he does is use StreamYard from his phone, I was like, oh, that makes more sense. He's like Casey. Oh!
I'm not gonna lie. StreamYard's, like I will say, is OBS for dummies. So,
well, it's meant to be super easy. And I originally thought about using that, and then I decided I was going to use OBS because I wanted, like I said, I wanted control over how it worked and everything. Because I was going to do like a bunch of customizing with it, and then that went to hell in a handbasket. So I tried Streamlabs, excuse me, and that went to hell for a little bit. So then I went to Prism. Prism is fantastic, works great no matter what you do. And then I went back to Streamlabs because I've got Tanktality. That's fucking hysterical from AJ. From AJ Raider says Tanktality.
No, he's meant because a lot of times I would say technically. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a dick move. Anyhow, let's see if I can get past.
Yellow freaking out right there.
Let's see.
I'm fed up with this. How is she fed up with it, Nate? Because you're telling her and you won't shut up about it. Maybe I'll go back to his stream.
Yeah, here we go. This is where it gets to that part.
Like, dude, Nathan is going live.
Oh, God. He can send you the link. Dude, Kressel can send you the link. I'm just not doing it, dude. Let him go on and talk about me all night. I'm like, that's all he does is make up bullshit. Even if I gave him...
Wait! Hold on. Fuck my ass with a fucking titanium strap on.
See, I told you he said it. I told you he said it. I'm right. And I'm always right. I wanted you to hear that. And if I can remember later, I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna be like, Rich said what? And that's gonna go on the soundboard, and it's gonna be titled "Rich said what." Because I love fucking around.
Round, fuck around, I fuck around. Yeah, fuck.
Oh god, let's continue. I've made myself into a locale.
With you, you personally messaged me, told me to calm down. It's flattering, bro. It really is. I'm glad, just make a video once in a while proving that you have a life and put a woman in your thumbnail, and we'll all be impressed by what you do.
Fucking woman in your thumbnail will be impressed. See, Casey, that's what you need to do. You need to start putting women in your thumbnails from now on. Stop being sexist, damn it. That's what you need to see. But look, if you listen to Rich, that means you'll be impressive. So start putting women in your thumbnails. While I continue, I'm not going to finish that joke because that's going to get me canceled too. I already know one of my detractors is watching. They're probably like, oh, this is a golden moment. Tim's just going to fuck up big time, and I'm going to use this in my next live stream because I got nothing better to do with my life. Anyhow, like I said, stop being sexist and put women in your thumbnails, like Rich says. Fucking.
I don't have a lot of room in my thumbnails, so.
Well, okay, we're not talking about putting fucking 2-ton Tessies over there that would sink the Titanic in less than 30 seconds.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey, look, you set that up for it. You're the one setting it up. It wasn't me. I was being nice. You're the one who's being special over there. I gotta be careful about saying that too. I'm gonna get, everything I say now is probably gonna get me canceled, so I don't think it really matters at this point, does it? But the next one I want to do is the big cheese is the next one I really want to go over real quick. The big cheese one, if you want to.
Yeah.
No, I want to get in.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little tired.
No, I don't blame you. So we're gonna hit like I said, we're gonna hit a couple more of these, and then both of us gotta fuck off because we're already over the hour mark. But this has been a very entertaining stream, and we got like 6 people watching right now, and they're just commenting away. Most of them being like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, with the mix of, oh gosh, building that freaking shelf over there and put all my games up, and then we were up till wee hours of the night. Like, I'm still like,
Casey,
I'm still getting older.
Casey, you're gonna love this. Next Saturday, on Saturday's Raw is Fight Night Live, Devious Dave versus Horror House Media. Just know I'm gonna be bringing some guests who know about him because I heard he snaked some people. One of them happens. Yeah, apparently he snaked Joe Cronin, from what I was told from a few detractors of the RTU community.
Oh no!
So,
you know what? If just make sure, on my channel, I don't mind that we
oh, and speaking of detractors, here's one of them. Hey, RJ.
Oh,
guys, I hate to cut. I haven't been watching this, but I got breaking news that you might want to see.
What's up?
That?
Go to Review China USA's channel if you can.
Yeah, I'll go there right now.
Yeah, we should really pause what you're doing with the doc and watch this 10-minute video, and I'll react to it with you guys, and then I'll hop off and you get back to what you're doing.
Yeah, let me hop onto the channel real quick. Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to see this.
Other parts of this that I will explain. So number one, when the computer was sent to me, it was supposed to go to Phil. Apparently, at least that's what he said in the video. It came to me. We all know what happened with that situation. So now let me jump forward to the hacking situation and how Rich is involved with it. And I'm just being 100% honest. I haven't talked to Rich about this part. The IP address that was listed on that computer was shown on one of his streams. Did he do it on purpose? I don't think he did. Obviously, I don't think he did, but I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure he'll message me or somebody will say that. But the IP address to that computer was shown around the time when he asked people to get dirt on me. And that still bothers me to this day, obviously. And I'll follow that up with saying that...
Hey, we're having some feedback, man.
Yeah, I got it real quick. There you go. That should fix it. No, that didn't fix it. Fuck. Holy shit, though. I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Okay.
I think I know where this is going. I think I know where this is going. You don't have to confirm with me yet. The Jostler's here. I can't see your messages, Jostler, but I hope you're doing well at least. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. If I can figure out how to unblock him on YouTube, I will, so I can see his messages, because I'm curious to know what he thinks about the documentary, because it's been pretty divisive. If I'm going to be dead honest, it's been pretty divisive amongst the people I've been talking to about it.
To be completely honest, the documentary is it's pretty much everything that I do. It's all compiled together, and I think it's a really good video to show somebody that doesn't know anything.
Oh, not only that, but it makes it to where Rich can't deny anything because it's all there.
Yeah. This is with the whole thing of that computer had backdoors, and he was controlling it.
Well, let's continue on with this. This is legitimately, oh boy.
Due to the investigation that we did on the PC, without getting into super details, Rich has denied it, and I accept that. Fine, he didn't do it. That's 100% fine. I will say this live for the first time ever. IP address came from New York State. So somebody logged into that computer from a New York State IP address into the PC. Is there a possibility it has something to do with the Dropbox? There's a possibility. There's no way to prove any of this stuff. I'm not saying it was Rich. I'm saying that I have solid 110% proof, and Cyril Vapus can come over and look at it himself and show you guys. So I have a second party person. I'll get my roommate to show it. I'll get fucking Justin to show it if we need to show it. But an IP address logged into that computer from New York City. I looked into it. Obviously, I made a police report when I was getting death threats, and when my account was hacked. The police department took all information, and including Rich's information. I don't know if they ever contacted him. I have no idea what's going on with that. Due to the fact that it wasn't a lot of money, they basically said...
So, we'll pause it real quick. And,
that echo's killing me, man.
Yeah, let's see. There's a way to... forget how to do it for him. But there's like a way he could suppress the audio. But anyhow, let me do this real quick. So far, I'm gonna mute him real quick and then unmute him. But I'm just gonna say this thing real quick. Is if I'm guessing this must have been said today. This must have been from today. But holy shit. Holy shit. If this is fucking true, if all this is true, like Jay is saying, no wonder why he told me him and Rich aren't friends. And why he was being, and might explain why he's been so cordial. Holy shit. The only thing I can play right now is That's the only thing I can think to play right now, because holy shit, my mind is blown. Holy shit. Let me unmute RJ real quick. So RJ, before Casey says anything, what not to be rude to Casey, but what do you say?
Am I having any audio issues or something?
Yeah, you got a little bit of feedback.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're
I'll
good.
be brief, and then I'll let you guys get back to what you're doing. I just wanted to show you guys this, and then so you can react to it live. But I'll give my quick thoughts on it. So the whole Jay butting up with Rich thing, I don't really know what that accomplished. I don't think he ever should have. But I am glad to see that now he's actually coming out with some of the results of the investigation. And I'm convinced all is hell that Rich is responsible. And no one can tell me otherwise. And everybody knows it deep down. It's just a matter of, do we have the proof? And I hope we do. And I hope he goes to prison.
If it is true that he did do it, and if it's true, if it can be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, I have no choice but to agree with you on that one. I have no other choice. I want to have just a modicum of faith that he didn't do it, but the evidence right now is looking really. It's like it's the same way I felt about like Mr. Beast, for example. I didn't really think that he hired sexual predators, but the evidence has proven otherwise. So obviously. I'm just playing the American belief of innocent until proven guilty, but so far the circumstantial evidence lays very, like you said, RJ, is weighing very fucking heavily and saying Rich did it because of, according to Jay, they've got an IP address, which is an internet protocol. If you don't know what that means, internet protocol is what it stands for, from New York.
But yeah, I didn't want to derail your stream or anything, but I thought it was such breaking news that I needed to tell you all about it.
This is not derailed. We're doing like a little taste test of what Monday night's gonna be like, because we're gonna go over Rich's stream. Me and Casey, we're gonna do the full 4 hours, and we're gonna give our thoughts about it.
But no, I'm glad you did, because this is something big, man. This is like.
Well, me and Casey are going to finish this, and then we're going to hit one other drama, and then we're going to head out. But me and Casey are going to finish this. If you want to stick around, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's your choice.
I do have to leave, but I'll keep watching you guys. And I just, wanted to say hi to everybody. Follow me over on my channel, Game News USA. And I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
I appreciate it.
If I knew how to hang up Discord, I'd get out of here.
I got you real fuck me, was it disconnect, I think, is it? Yeah, there you go.
Dude, that's big news, man.
Holy shit, we gotta finish this. Fuck it. We can do the rest of that tomorrow night. We need to do this right now.
I agree 100%.
And my viewership literally went from like 2 people to jumped up to 8 just like that.
We can take the report in, and when it comes to getting doxxed or getting a death threat against you, if anything comes through the department, somebody calls in and says, hey, Jay's up in the fucking church with a gun, they're gonna call me first. So that's all that did. Now, I will say this as well. I was contacted from New York by the police in New York, and there was conversations between police in New York City and me sitting here in Canada. So that's ongoing as well. So I'm being completely open with you guys when it comes to that situation. The hacking situation is not over by any means. Rich says he had nothing to do with it. I highly believe him. I don't know how he would have anything to do with it. However, there was a stream where my IP address was on the stream. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm just being 100% honest. The time frame doesn't look great because somebody obviously saw it on there and took it off there. That stream, I believe, is not on his page anymore. Again, it was on the background when he was showing Dropbox stuff, I'm assuming. And so there, well, Rich is saying, no, it was not me. So again, I'm not saying it was Rich. I'm just telling you the facts. We looked at the computer and there was an IP address logged in from New York. So, and I got a phone call from the police department, which also was confirmed to be the real police from New York City. I'm not a jackass. I want to remind you guys as well, Justin.
I'm not a jackass. Well, trust me, you would know it's the police because you can ask them for a badge number, the name, and like what department they're a part of. And they're required to give you that information. If they don't give you that information, then they would be a scammer. So you're not a jackass there. No one thought you were. But
no.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm stunned. Legitimately, like tears in my eyes, stunned. I can't believe it. RJ may be really fucking right. I don't know what to say. This is unfucking believable.
I'm gonna say this is like JKB's trying to be nice, but I think he really down deep knows that it's gotta be Rich, like, or
at least an associate of Rich's.
Yeah, I mean his path doesn't look good with the whole shadow government thing.
In the documentary that just came out today.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I knew about that before the documentary. I mean, people like Kino Casino brought that up. So, I mean, the great people of the casino.
Suffer niggas!
But
oh Jesus Christ!
I think Rich is done.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words.
I mean, is it possible he got framed? Yeah, it's possible he got framed, but
But who would frame him and why?
Well, there are the huge detractors that willing to do death threats and stuff like that, so it's possible, but it's not looking good. You know, like you said, I like to see the facts before I would like to
before I hand down my judgment.
Yeah, so I'm like, but it's like the Gerard, the completionist story when both Carl Jobs and Midhart was talking to Gerard, and it was just so much stuff on that call that, like, how could you say that Gerard didn't know anything? You know,
like clearly he was made, at least at the very least he was aware of it for over a year and did nothing about it. And the fact of the matter is that he was on that board for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, so I'm like, but I like to wait and, like I said, to post my judgment, but I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the evidence don't look good.
Holy shit. I guess we should go ahead and continue the video if there's anything left. Oh yeah, we still got about another 5 minutes, so.
Who is a police officer, has been my whatever you want to call it. He is literally my my go-to. I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. He gave me all the advice. He's been a police officer for 20 years. He's the one that told me to go to the police department, make the report, make sure that all of the information I have is given to them. So this is the first time I've told you guys this. The PC, unfortunately, if you're going to put a backdoor in there, there's many different ways to do it. The information I have basically right now is that if you're going to really embed like a backdoor into Windows, it has to be done through the OS. And if it's deleted after the fact, it is extremely hard to find any evidence of it being there in the first place. So the PC is still sitting right here, and we are continuing to look at it. Now, unfortunately, some of that stuff is taking way longer than I wanted. So that, I'm just bringing this up. It's not over with. I'm not laying down and being like, well, the hacking thing happened, that's that. I'm doing my best to find out who did this. And right now, that's all of the information I have to share with you guys.
So I can add a little bit more to it. The backdoors he's referring to is usually Trojans. In this particular case, it would be a remote access Trojan, also known as a rat. And those are pretty easy to get a hold of. And a lot of them are very vicious and nasty with how they work. By the way, AJ Raider, just real quick, I didn't agree to no fight. I didn't agree to any kind of payment, so unless you plan on paying me, you ain't getting that fight. Anyhow.
Oh, he's talking about I assume he's talking about a debate.
Yeah, no, like I said, unless I'm getting paid, it ain't happening. Because I don't do that stuff. That's not my thing. Anyhow, well, it will become my thing when the election thing happens, but I'm just going to be the moderator. I'm not going to do the debating unless I have to, but I'm going to try to be the moderator. Or like all I do is simply just make sure that the conversation stays fair and equal. But anyhow, to get back to this,
yeah,
you know. So what he's talking about there is remote access Trojans are often very easy to plant into the Windows computer. When he's talking about planting the OS, a lot of remote access Trojans are often drivers, usually either some kind of video or audio driver. It disguises itself as such, but it does not function that way at all. What they'll often do is turn into info stealers, which is what they'll do in, for example, Redline Stealer. The way it works is that once activated as a audio driver, in most cases, it will steal your personal information, such as your ID, social security number, things like that. Then it goes through every browser you have on your system, and it goes for passwords, cookies, tokens that are logged into any kind of website. Then it goes through and tries to find personal files that it can transfer over without you noticing. And then when it's done, it deletes itself. So by the time you find out that all your information has been stolen, it's already been packaged up and sent to a DNS server, which is a specific type of server that's often used in oh God, what's the name of the country again?
I don't like
India. There you go. Yeah, so that's what he's talking about. So more than likely, based on getting that IP address, he was more than likely hit with a remote access Trojan, because it would have been installed beforehand, or at least the dropper, the Trojan dropper, would have been installed beforehand. And what I suspect, and this is speculation, this is not a part of the case, but this is my speculation. My speculation is that Rich put a remote access Trojan dropper on there, a Trojan dropper, which would have downloaded the malware from his computer. And what he was hoping for was that Darkside Phil would get it, so then when he got the computer, he'd set it up, put all his information on there, and Rich would have a separate partition on the drive that would be a recovery one that would kick in and help recover the computer. But in reality, it would just download the malware straight to his computer, so then Rich could spy on him and fuck with his streams and figure out all his dirty little secrets. Well, that didn't work out, so he sent it to Jay as a backup because he knew he was fixing to fire Jay, but he wanted to make sure that Jay would comply. And what better way to make him comply and not being quiet while Rich roasts the living hell out of him is to compromise his account. If we're believing that Rich did it.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
But we better say allegedly, you know, because, like, we don't have no hardcore.
Well, there's no car. Like I said, that is my theory. And it's all alleged at this time. It's confirmed that it was an IP address from New York. So we got that.
Yeah.
But everything else I'm saying is like my theory. If we're going off of, we're going to say that Rich is guilty, that's my theory. I'm not saying Rich did it, but that's my theory. So who knows? And again, like I said, not being paid for the debate, so it's not happening. Anyhow, Dave can just be butthurt if he wants to and continue talking trash. It proves he's less intelligent than me. Anyhow,
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see the debate, but let's go ahead and move on.
I'll say, I got other streams I got to do because I got to set up for a fucking political stream. And that's gonna be real fun.
When it comes to that, now I've gotten information about other things, has nothing to do with Rich, and it's hopefully going to lead to something. So not only was the hacking situation fucking waking up in the morning and seeing that was absolutely insane to me, and I still, you know, I still fucking get like nervous about that. I had to change my phone numbers. I had to change my accounts. I had to change my PSN fucking emails. I had to do like in 10 days, I had to do so much work, change cards, change accounts. I had to go to my doctor's office to explain the situation that took place, which I already explained to you guys already. Somebody had called my doctor. Somebody called my fucking pharmacy. Somebody had called
holy
a pizza place.
shit.
I mean, it was ridiculous. So obviously, that's as much as I can say about that situation. And again, people are like, well, you didn't report this. You didn't do that. Justin and his brother, who I work with, are police officers. You guys think I just sat here and just went, wow, well, I got hacked and that's that. And again, I didn't what's the word here? I didn't report it due to the internet shit that was happening. I did it because I was fucking hacked, and that crossed a line that's absurd to me. So those are the hard statements there. Rich has said he hasn't done it, and the police have that statement. I've given that statement to them, and I don't think they've contacted him. And he's in the chat saying he had nothing to do with it. I don't think Rich would do that. It does not make sense to fucking hack me around the same time that we're having this like internet beef. So hopefully that turns that whole fucking chat in that situation. Hopefully that turns it in, and that's it. There's not much more I want to say about it, and it's unfortunate it came to that, and I am going to find out who did it. It's taking a little bit more time, and there's a reason the PC is still here, and I don't really want to talk about that any much more. If I find out who's done it, and we're legally allowed, then I would fucking tell you guys. But at this point in time, I don't know anything else about it. So that's the hacking situation, which happened. I don't know how else to explain that. So at the end of the day,
I think that's practically it. It's like a couple more minutes, but
yeah.
What do you think? Because that's fucking suspicious that he still has the computer. You would think the police would take it by now.
Yeah, true, but like I don't know. I mean, like I'm not gonna trust Rich, because he proven to do malicious stuff, like the whole thing with, like we said before, about shadow government
and
where
review Hell
he-
USA.
Yeah, where he had no problem trying to get people doxxed and like, oh, and here's another thing. Recently, he threatened to get JKB's job fired.
Yeah, he's
So
trying to
it's
get
like-
him removed from his film corporation. Not only that, but he's threatened to kill Kindly Salvo is the name of the woman he was talking about. Ebe Eric and Worski and a few others. Threatened to kill him.
So he's willing to go that far, but not, oh, I'm not going to hack you and steal your money. Like,
Or fuck up your accounts.
yeah, or run your run your computer from behind. Like, not, I'm like, he's being nice, and I think he's also trying to be politically correct, because it's like how you have to say allegedly, because if you don't say allegedly, you're accusing the person, and then you could be say you falsely accused this person, and I believe he did it, but that's my opinion. And
Like, so I'll put this disclaimer out there for as far as me and Casey's opinions are concerned, this is all allegedly what we think happened.
Yeah.
So take this with a grain of salt. But what I think is happening is Jay is putting up a front. He is putting on a front persona because he's like, you can't tell me you specifically know it's from New York, but don't believe that Rich did it, even though he's from New York. Like, and you two have done business together in New York. So you're telling me it wasn't him, right?
Oh.
But it's an IP address from New York. You still got the computer. Your stuff is, from what I'm understanding, is still signed into it. So it's just not making sense to me. None of that is making sense to me. So that's why I'm thinking something happens. I've said it a million times. It ain't happening. Unless I'm getting paid $1 million fucking dollars, it ain't happening.
He's just trolling you. But
no, it's
dude, this is just shocking, man.
Yeah, no, RJ's right. This is fucking crazy. This is absolutely insanity, and
you know, funny, this drops as the whole documentary has happened too. But I seen where Kino Casino did a video of where they're talking about how Jay kind of crawled back to Rich, or at least we're trying to mend fences. But like, I can understand, and like, I don't like to have harbor feelings for people. Like, it hurt. Like, it's exhausting the whole grudges. But you also gotta remember, I also believe in, you can forgive the person, but don't forget, because you're an idiot if you forgive and forget.
what was it? Fool me once, shame on me. Or was it fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me?
Exactly.
I was trying to remember how the phrasing went. And that's just damn. So which other drama do you want to hit on before we boogie on out of here? Because I think I'm gonna need a little time to process what I just fucking heard.
Yeah,
I might have to listen to that video again, honestly. Now, you know, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read some comments first before we hit up any of the other drama.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's a brilliant idea. It's time to read some comments in there.
Yeah, so like right here from Blackjack Yank, he goes, I hate the DSP drama. He and JKB need to stop. Keep the drama off his channel with action instead. He doesn't want drama while inciting drama. He keeps making quick jabs at DSP for entertainment, but you don't like DSP and want to criticize him. Fine, but why play both sides? I have no idea what the fuck that's all about.
This one, dude, this is my first time actually seeing Jay. This dude definitely a bottom. No one.
I don't fear no Raider. I fear nobody, and if anybody wants to fight me, they can come find me. Anyhow, plain and fucking simple. And I will leave it at that. Darkside Flow, I follow him on Twitter. He's funny. Rich is a mob boss and should be put in jail. Damn. Is he absolutely justified? Thank you, Rich. Holy shit.
What?
Let me repeat that again. It's absolutely justified. Thank you, Rich, lifetime fan.
Oh, what the hell? That's a cuck. There. And someone actually hit like, but that possibly he hit his own like on there, you know? Like, I'm gonna hit that like for this. Like, well, you see everyone else has 7, 7, 3, 9, 8, and then a couple ones.
Holy shit. I mean, I've had feuds with people before, but Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think I've ever wanted someone in their life so far fucking ruined. Like, even when it comes to, like, Dave can go fuck himself, but I wouldn't want to see him fucking homeless. I mean, I like the fucker, but I don't want him homeless. So, Jesus Christ. Either this is a deranged individual, or this was a sock account from Rich.
I don't know. It's not good. For sure.
Let's see. Review. Sorry, I yawned for a second. Ugh. Review failure. USA needs to go to prison. That's kind of funny. This is my first time actually seeing Jay, and this dude definitely looks like a bottom. No wonder like he's taking Rich's shit. Jesus Christ.
Well, you're gonna have people on both sides in there, you know. Oh, go back down.
Hold on.
Serious question. Why is this channel called Review Tech China?
Yeah, you just got to review China USA. That's funny. Now I'm telling you, you know what's funny? I actually do call him Review Tech China. From time to time, I will do that without even thinking about it.
Okay.
Well, Raider, if you want to bring it on, you can bring it on yourself. I mean, you don't be a coward. So dependent on Dave. So dependent on your husband Dave to defend you. Keep talking smack. You're gonna find out the hard way, punk.
Why can't we just get along?
Well, see, he can't get along because he's a cuckold, just like you are. Oh, 2 for 1. 2 for 1. With no problem. God, I wish I had my puppy right now. I can't have my dogs down here because they would fucking chew up my clothes. But if I could, I would have my puppy right now too. Because holy fuck, my mind is absolutely blown.
He's always right beside me.
Well, see, the thing is, I've got like 9 fucking dogs, so. And most of them are like, I'm not talking about, well, I got a couple like little ones, but like most of the ones we have are like 70, 80 pound ones, so I can't really pick them up. Well, I can try, but I like having my drum stool still functioning, even though it's barely functioning because I beat the living hell out of it. Well, because for the longest time when I played, I used to bounce a lot, and I didn't realize I was bouncing it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, Raider, you're not going to convince me of the fact that you're not a cuckold. Anyhow. Because only a cuckold could have the opinions that you had on Saturday night. Anyhow.
Like I said, why can't we just get along?
Yeah, that will happen when Dave decides he apologizes about the shit he said about my father. That's when I'll get along. But until I get that apology, it ain't fucking happening.
That never happened. He ain't doing that.
Yeah, so it ain't fucking happening. And he's lucky my siblings hadn't heard what he said. Because if they did, I can't promise he would still be around.
I do, honestly, like I like Dave, but there is a little a cheap shot when he goes for someone's family, because like when you're on here, family should be off limits, you know.
Yeah, considering
like,
he's been dead for 20 plus fucking years.
Oh, even if they're not dead, let's say they're alive, they shouldn't be a target because you're doing this thing on YouTube or other streaming platforms. Like shouldn't affect them because you're doing this, you know. Like that is no bueno.
Amen. I'm probably decided I'm gonna like start my scheduling with like Saturdays and Sunday night streaming.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I end my stream early, I'll try to join yours, but I can't always guarantee that. Because like I've told you in the past, I can't always be on your show. And I don't demand that anybody always be on my show. I just prefer having people on my show, which I've enjoyed having you on here. And,
I appreciate that.
And Monday night's going to be fucking crazy, especially with this information now. With this, is going to make it even crazier.
I just find it's crazy how this, like I said, this dropped as, at the same time, pretty much. I mean, on the same day.
Do you like a serious question to you? Do you think Jay may have planned that?
What?
Dropping this information? That maybe he already had this way ahead of time, and that he was just waiting for the documentary to be dropped. Because from what I understand, and I believe he's still streaming, he's reacting to the documentary, and I think that may have been part of that, where he addresses his part of the drama.
I think, I mean, if he didn't, it's a huge coincidence, you know. Like, a lot of people knew this was coming out today, you know. Like, it was like, especially when Rich he was scared to find out what he knew. Like, honestly, I can't wait to just to relax and just eat and just kind of just lazily just listen to it, maybe take a nap, you know.
Oh yeah, well let's you want to go ahead and hit up a little bit to Jay and then we end it there.
Yeah.
I can give you like a little extra context behind some of the J stuff.
Yeah.
From the channel, and then right here now. From here, we'll go to the J's firing, and then I'll add a little bit of context, and we're gonna end the stream there.
Rich did not relent, and things went from bad to catastrophic.
Listen, I'll end it with this. My fat ass will go fucking bankrupt getting the prettiest suit. I will go there with a smile on because you know what?
There is an absolute shitstorm coming out right now.
It'll destroy your reputation and I'll get publicity out of it because a giant pussy from Canada wanted to sue me because his feelings were hurt. Like, you come here.
That's perfect right there.
So, yeah, especially it looks like he's about to cry. But no, like, Jay wants to say that, like, he doesn't think Rich would have done something like, look at what he just said, that he wants to see him, like, put him down on the ground, financially break him. Like, he'll go that length, but not, hack his computer, and drain his account. So, I'm like, honestly, like, and I don't see, honestly, Rich goes to that length to the point where, like, he talks shit about you, and then he wants to do the point where he wants to do bad and malicious stuff. To me, like, if a friend did that, I'm like, all right, we're done. I don't care. You might apologize, but I'm done. I'm not doing work with you because you went to that point. Like, I just think Jay's too nice. Like how the casino would say, he's too nice. Maybe a little naive, but like, I like Jay KB. I was a fan before him. Before I knew who the hell Rich was. So, yeah, it's seeing that right there, like, and then seeing what we saw just a minute ago, like, it's just perfect, you know.
I was gonna add on to that with your statement about like ending friendships. As like a personal note, I've dealt with a couple people who fucked me over like that, and I've cut them off. I told them I don't care. We're never fucking doing business. It was musician friends of mine. They fucked me over, brought me to a gig, fucked me over, and then were mad at me that I couldn't play the gig. I was like, well, I told you what I needed because I don't have that specific set of equipment. You guys didn't set it up, and then when I got there, it was a rush job, and well, I couldn't play underneath the worst fucking circumstances when I couldn't hear nobody but myself. And everybody's mic'd up, so it's not like it wasn't a complete outdoor gig on a porch. This was at a venue.
Yeah.
And as I was talking to my friend Neil, I was like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with business with them. I'm not going to do anything else with them. I'm not going to like try to hire them out to do any kind of musician work. As far as I'm concerned, I got fucked over, and well, I'm done. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because apparently they also talked smack about me behind my back too, to quite a few other musicians who they knew who wanted to work with me. So I completely agree with you. I'd cut them the fuck off. And Jay really should cut Rich off. But like I said, I think there's a bigger reason why he's doing this. And it has something to do with that computer getting hacked.
It's possible. You need to screenshot that right there.
Actually, yeah. And you know what? I'm going to use that as the thumbnail now that I think about that. That's going to be the thumbnail for tomorrow night's live stream. Hold on, I'm doing it wrong.
Perfect.
Let me grab.
Because I looked at it, it's like, that's perfect right there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be absolutely.
Probably even add a couple teardrops.
Oh yeah, fucking. There we go. Let me get a good bit of the background right there, and then switch it over just a little bit, and done. And save. There you go. And that's gonna be the thumbnail for tomorrow night.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna edit the thumbnail tonight too while I'm at it. I'm gonna do that tonight and get it all set up so when we live stream tomorrow night, it'll all be done.
I think that's perfect right there.
Oh yeah, that's just. And if you want, I'll send you the picture afterwards too, so you can use it if you want.
Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe, in the future use. Sure, why not?
You making fun of Rich just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I wish I fucking had this picture when I was making fun of Rich and Jay. I wish I had this one because this is, like you said, this is fucking hysterical. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get through a little bit of the Jay's drama.
Out, late February, Jay was no longer working for Rich, and his firing was far from amicable. 8-Bit Eric, a relatively small channel, was covering this situation as it was.
Shout out to 8-Bit Eric.
Small channel with 80,000 subs, but consider a small channel,
Considerably smaller than Rich's channel.
Oh yeah, but if you ask me if 8-Bit Eric with that many subs, I do not consider him a small YouTuber. Obviously he's not as big as Boogie and all them, but he has a voice.
Oh, he's definitely fucking up there.
Yeah, so I would been if I was. I'm sure Eric would probably say, "Yeah, I'm small time," but we're small time.
I'm gonna say we're considerably way smaller than any of the people we're talking about. But anyhow,
exactly.
let's continue on.
In Jay's Discord. And just as Rich had done to Big Cheese, he was making Facebook posts cryptically talking about the situation.
Oh God,
Richard
yeah.
On his Facebook, it says, "I need to be able to afford my rent. Proceeds to buy parts to upgrade the gaming PC I gave him, and dude got paid by me on top of that. I guess money magically floated out of thin air. Miracles do happen. Man, oh man, get fucked, my boy."
Rich deleted that post and apologized, but in that same apology, he still belittles Jay.
Richard comes out and says, "You know what? I deleted the post. Instead of making a public shit show, may the best man win. And by best man, I mean I'll win. I do better without parasites attached to me anyway."
This was quickly gaining attention, and there are a lot of smaller supports
Wow.
that build up this
I forgot. I honestly forgot about that. How was
Where he called, he calls a friend a parasite, where he was working for him for 6 years and friendship for that long, and then he called him a parasite.
Yeah, he
Like-
called him just on. I'm stunned to say the least about that, because I totally forgot all about that. I totally did.
That's when I kind of turned on.
Yeah,
Rich.
Like what turned me on Rich was like the night that was the live stream where he had attacked Jay and leaked out the messages and talked all that shit about him. That was when I turned on Rich, because originally I was like, okay, clearly this is a bad breakup, whatever, right? Like this is gonna iron itself out. Those two made up. Okay, we're cool. Nope. We're not okay. We're gonna fucking kill each other now. I'm like, oh God, why? I was talking to Nervous Greg is the name of the guy. The reason I bring him is because he's an 8-bit artist and he makes really nice art. I was talking to him. I was literally on the phone with him that night, and he was like, "Hey, dude, you need to go see the live stream Rich is doing." I was like, "I need to do what?" So I log on, right? I turn on YouTube, I put it on my iPad, and I kick up the volume, and I put on speakerphone so he could hear it. And holy Jesus, when I heard the words that came out of his mouth, I went, "Oh my God."
Nah.
All I could say was, "Oh my God."
Yeah, Rich is just a piece of shit. Like, it's disheartening when you see people like Rich Review. I was a fan of him because of the gaming news he would do, and then like same thing with Gerard with the completionist. I'm like those were like the two biggest disheartening things in the last 2 years. I mean, in the last year. Like, Boogie.
Well, Boogie's an inevitability. He's gonna, like he said himself, he's a fuck up. And he's always gonna be a fuck up because he chooses to be a fuck up. He's the most tremendous fuck up we've ever met. We need to build a wall around his stupidity.
I guess I could say the same thing with Boogie though too, because like he seemed like he does the bit with Francis, but then he'll seem normal, and then like I felt bad when he had a divorce, and then didn't know much that he was actually going spiraling down until the whole thing with the documentary, because before that I was like, I thought it was fine, but I wasn't constantly following Boogie. I mean, I was watching my other things and doing my own thing, and when I saw the documentary, it's like, oh, this is not good.
You know what's funny?
So,
what's funny is that I was gonna say what's funny is sorry, a text from my family member just came up. Well, I'm sending it real quick to him. I was gonna say, you know what's funny about that is God, what was it? I forgot what I was gonna say. You know what's funny about that is I never watched the documentary. I have never watched it. I know what's in it, but I've never watched it. I couldn't get myself around to watching it. It's like, because documentaries like that tend to be hard for me to stomach. Like, not in like the physical sense, but like the mental sense. It's hard for me to want to, because like I said on like the Saturday night stuff, true crime really did a lot of it in for me when it comes to documentaries, because of, like, knowing the horrors that have happened. It's like, do I really want to see how much worse humanity could possibly get? Do I really want to sink myself lower?
I understand that.
But at the same time, there's no judgment against Mike. From what I understand, it was a phenomenal one. Unless you ask Boogie, then apparently he fucked it all up. I'm like,
when I found crazy when he goes to talk to like a job recruiter for an interview, and he did everything to sabotage it. He's like, well, I'm disabled. I hadn't had work a physical job until since 2006 when I worked at a game store. I am a felon. Yes, those are things you really obviously those are things you need to bring up, but he was just listening all the bad stuff. He doesn't say, hey, I'm a famous YouTuber, I know about how to edit stuff and stuff like that, or run a computer. I'm very good at about I have a good voice. I have charisma. He didn't list anything positive. Even he went to the point where he said that he worked in the porn industry, and the woman had to cut him off. It's like, you're seriously gonna come to a job interview and reference porn? I'm like, oh, depends on the job.
Well, so like, for me, because I did see that part, thanks to Moist Critical. When I heard like that, like you talked about it, I was like, my immediate thought process went like, if I was put in that exact same position, what I would say was, because this is before I lost my full-time job, but like, let's say I was going to use that, and I can use that here. Is like, I was a former scare actor, and I also was a park service member or maintenance member of Six Flags for 2 years. I worked at Waffle House as a grow up and a assistant manager of the store for a year. I worked at a mill shop for 2 years handling quality inspections. I'm a YouTuber, small-time YouTuber. I'm a drummer, musician. Let's see, like, my family's been in the wrestling business. I use a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, the only thing that I may have a little issue with is that I do have scoliosis in my back and my neck, so that does mess with some. That can mess with me carrying certain heavy stuff. Like that is a downside for me. Like, that I have to acknowledge, because that is a medical condition I have. I'm like, but I'm not on disability. I'm fully capable of working 40 hours or more. Usually I'm working more than that. I tell most people I'm usually working 50. Well, I'm willing to put in overtime. And I'm like, I may not have an high school education, but I am working towards a GED, which I actually working toward. Legitimately, I actually am getting an online high school degree, because I stayed out of public school. I just didn't want to do public school, and plus, we were moving districts at the time, so that would have meant trying to bounce from one school to another. And I'm sure anyone who's been through that knows how much of a pain in the ass that is. It's just easier to do online schooling.
There was one time I got fired for a bullshit reason at a job, and this is during the pandemic. And I decided, yes, we are boyfriends. Yeah, I mean, we're willing to take a third if you want to.
I wasn't sure if you were able to read the chat or not.
Yeah, I have it up there.
Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure. Cool.
But so I got fired for, like I said, with bullshit reason, and then I went to apply for a job, and like a lot of times, I mean, my how much I make a lot of times scares them away because like I earn my way up to the wage I'm at.
Yeah.
Like I'm a semi trailer mechanic.
Oh
I've
wow.
done that. Yeah, so I've done this for 15 years.
Holy
And no,
shit.
I don't work on the truck, just the semi trailer in.
Yeah, like the trailers
So-
that carry the cargo and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So I worked my way up to what I make today. And a lot of times, like I said, it scares them away because that. But I went into this one big shop and I decided, hey, I'm gonna be honest on this one job that I totally got screwed out of job, and this was a big time name company, and I was called a mobile tech. Like we would take our truck and go to the site where we work on our trailers there, and that's what we would do. If anything big, we would send the shop to do that. But if it's something minor that we could do that would only be in a couple hours, we do on site. But if it's going to take days, we'll send it back to the shop. So this company I was working for, they had a random drug test day, and everyone was getting hit with the drug test. So they're like, okay, we want to get all the mobile techs in first, so we can get them in and get them out, so they can go to their accounts. Here's the thing: instead of one person at a time, they decided to take two people at a time into the same room. To You're not taking a piss test; you're taking a hair test. And I don't have a lot of hair on my head, so I think they took some off my chest, and there was another person getting drug test, and he just over the table. They had sample A and sample B for me, and I didn't expect to get a call. A couple weeks later, I get a call saying that I failed the drug test for a big drug like a painkiller, trying to
Vicodin?
no Vicodin. Actually, I could have gotten it if I needed to, but I didn't want that. I didn't want anything hardcore like that, like hydrocodone or something like that.
Oh,
That's how you know I.
like oxycodone.
Yeah. So I was like, when they told me that, I was like, hydrocodone? I'm like, what? Like, do you want to just tell us that you maybe accidentally took it? Like, no, I don't take that. I'm like, well, we're gonna have to take this back to the company, and they're most likely gonna get rid of you. Like, well, go ahead because I didn't do it. I should be clean.
Yeah, that's fucking strange, and that doesn't even sound correctly. That's the weirdest fucking drug testing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, I could have sued them because here's another thing. They're like, I had the right to take what they told me, I can go to another lab and take another hair test, but I had to do it on my dime and like wherever I wanted to keep my job. So I did it, and I received the test. I was clean, and I to go there, and they're like, "Well, actually, we're supposed to do the sample, take another, run the same sample." I'm like,
And
no,
it sounds like they just wanted to ring around the rosy. ring around the rosy, get rid of the person that we're paying
Exactly.
fuck tons of money, so that way we can hire others similar to him for a lower price. That's what it sounds like they did, and that's
I
bullshit.
wouldn't doubt it. And I think I had every right to sue them, but I also feel like I don't want to be that one person go to my next employer says, "Why did you leave this company?" Well, this is a long story getting to what I was originally going to bring up too, but I didn't want to be that guy that said, "Well, I sued my previous employer for a bullshit drug test."
Yeah, I can see how that would not necessarily go over well.
No. So fast forward like years later, maybe 5, 6, 7 years later, and I decided in this interview, like, hey, I'm gonna be honest about that. I figured I'd tell them that story.
Oh.
And I thought maybe they'll see that I'm telling the truth. Never got word back. And you know what? I'm actually happier where I'm at today, anyways. I'm closer to work. And honestly, it's a bigger company. So it worked out. So, but it was just bullshit. You try to tell the truth. And instead of like, oh, I just decided to move on, because that's such a generic bullshit answer. And the companies, they're not supposed to really say anything bad because that's illegal and you could sue them for that.
Yeah.
So all they're supposed to say, yes, this person worked from this to that, and maybe say good things about you, They
Well, from what I
can't say,
understand, the way, at least the way it works here in Georgia, is that they're confirming that the bosses you worked under, if they are employed or not employed when they were employed, if they were employed around that time, confirm that you were hired for a certain amount of time and your position that you were hired in and the duties that you were required to do. And then the final question they're allowed to answer is, would you hire this person back? Yes or no. They're not allowed to give a reason why they would say yes or no. They're only allowed to say yes or no.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No, I agree. So, but I don't even remember why. Oh, we got to Boogie talking about Boogie about a stupid job interview.
Yeah, like because it was tying into like about Jay and Rich fucking firing him and everything.
So that's like me. I'm kind of like, I like to stay focused, but I tend to veer off onto a different story.
Oh yeah, I will fly around the moon at least a couple of times, and then I'll finally make back to the original destination I was heading to, get sidetracked, fly right back to the moon to try and figure out where I circled around to begin with, and eventually make my way.
I like telling like stories what happened to me, so like obviously I'm sure that whole thing I said, like you said, it was weirdest drug test you ever heard. Like, so like technically I'm sure that's illegal how they did it, where having two people in the same room taking the samples. I mean, having two people at the same time taking samples, like you're begging for that stuff to be cross.
And I feel like that was violating COVID laws too, because
this is before COVID.
Oh, okay, this was before. Okay, I thought you were saying this was during COVID. That's why I was like, that's even more bullshit.
Yeah. So
I'm like, I wouldn't have blamed you. You had sued them. I still don't blame you if you had sued them. But anyhow, so the question I'm going to pose to you is: do you want to go ahead and close out, or do you want to watch a little bit more of the documentary? Because we're going to be watching the full thing when we sit and watch Rich's stream.
We need to try to stay focused on it. And like, I feel like when we move like a few seconds and then we have to stop and talk. If we take forever to go through this 4 hours. We're probably gonna take double that time just to get through it, you know?
Yeah, I don't plan on my stream being extremely long, and I'll probably crank up the speed because there is quite a bit of dead air in Rich's stream as well. That's kind of the reason why.
Yeah. Yeah, especially nowadays. But how much time we got left on that?
On the actual documentary itself is got like another like 20 minutes, like 22 minutes. I say personally, we've already been through all of this, honestly.
We can give our opinions. Let's say this. Let's cut through it. We all, between me and you, we already know what happened with Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Because so, I mean, we can give our opinions.
Yeah, the final thoughts is what I usually call it.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, we could sit there and then like we're not gonna really like I already seen this and there's not much any new information when they hit the J situation.
Yeah, it's everything we've already discovered and then some, especially with Kino Casino. But what I mostly want to talk about, and we'll do it tomorrow night, like I said, is so there's going to be a part 2 stream. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm just going to make it clear right now. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me everywhere because I am going to be posting when we go live again because we got to do the part 2 because me and Casey both need to talk about what Rich said because there's quite a bit of extra information that had he fucking said it at the beginning of everything would have gave context to everything and would have cleared up so much bullshit. Because Rich, you're a dumbass. I have to play the song one more time.
You're a dumbass. You're great.
But anyhow, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Go ahead and help me get my opinion.
All right, so let's close it down here for now. So as far as I'm concerned about the documentary, I think it was very well put together for what it was. The editing was great. I will say it is a little disappointing. I was hoping there would be some extra information there that maybe we weren't aware of or help flush out a few things that we were not aware of. He is not God. Dave Rose is not God. No, but he is going to take a tombstone power driver when I see him in person. Anyhow, because unlike Rich, I will follow through with it. But anyhow,
I got a bad feeling AJ got Mikkel to say that.
Oh, guarantee, like the poor fella probably gets manipulated daily to do stuff he shouldn't be doing. I guarantee you, he's fucking, he's like Daniel Larson in that sense, if you remember him. Well, by the way, real quick, he's currently in a mental ward, waiting to be put on trial. So that's we'll touch that one on another day because that's a whole ass thing. I'm just I fear fucking nobody, not a fucking soul. I don't care. You could be the president of the United fucking States. I give no fucks. You could be the fucking North Korea leader, put a gun to my head, and I'm gonna piss on your shoes.
Well, the only thing I would say with the documentary that it gave me new information is where he started from the beginning. You know how he started tech review tech. So before that, like I really had no idea. Like I said, I came watching him maybe before the Switch came out. So maybe 8 years, give or take.
When did the fucking Nintendo Switch come out again? When did like 2016, something like that?
2017, early 2017. So that was 7 years. So at least 8 years that I've been watching Rich, and he would I was staying on top of what was going the news on the Nintendo Switch news. Because I'm a huge Nintendo guy. So, and I wouldn't watch everything he would put on, but he would have good video game related news. And like I didn't see what people were like going on about him.
So I'm going to take over from there. As far as my opinion goes, like I said, the only thing that kind of upset me about it was not having like anything new, or maybe because personally I would have liked it if he had added at the end of the video where he gave like his personal opinion. Like, this is like my personal opinion of what I think Rich should do. I think that would have been nice to have seen. Like I said, the editing was great. The thumbnail was great. I love the title.
Yes.
So, Casey, if you're not aware, the way this show works is that we use the Discord soundboard to help the audience know whether or not if we think the video is an epic video or a trash video. So, if you use the air horn sound, you think it's an epic video. If you use the sad horn, you think it's a trash video. Crickets and quacking are myth. And if you think it's a good video, give it a golf clap. So on a scale of epic or trash, what would you give it?
I give it an epic. I really enjoyed it.
If I was in that one epic, I would say good. It wasn't great. Like the video needs to be great, and to me, in my opinion, it wasn't great. It was good. Like I said, very well done, but it was not great because to me, it lacked that wow factor that I was told that it had.
Well, I think it would help people like who didn't really follow it get up to speed quickly in like a couple hours, you know? Like that's something I would like to sit down and watch. Like I enjoyed that documentary, and then I started watching the one about Gerard the Completionist for documentary. So when they did that, I was like, you know what? He got my sub. So he earned it. So now I can see why people are all hyped about this June the King guy, because I think he did very good work. So it's definitely not trash at all. I think he did some very awesome work. If I had honestly between 1 through 10, I would give it a 9.
Because originally I actually used to do a number scaling. It was like 1 through 5. I would have gave it a 4. But well, like I said, I moved to the soundboard because I was like, why not incorporate that?
Well, something different though. I think it's a good idea because everyone does the number system. So I liked it because it's something new.
Like it helps get the point across of how this show works.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And tomorrow night is going to be a new one. Not only that, but I'm going to have an episode of Epic or Trash about a grandma. No, it's about a grandma who decided to drive drunk with her grandson in there and crashed her fucking car. Yeah.
That's horrible.
To put it lightly, literally her first phrase was, "Officer, I'm not drunk." As he proceeds to wobble and fall on his car.
Well, then she could say she disorientated from the crash. You know, like.
You explain to me why there was alcohol bottles in the vehicle.
The cop could have placed that there.
You know, I'm going to spoil this for you real quick and for all the audience members. You want to know why she blamed the car crash? Well, what her reasoning for the car crash was? This is not a fucking joke. It's because her husband beat her, and so she had to sleep naked in the trunk of her car. That's why she had to crash her car. I am not fucking with you. That's what she told the officer. And while I don't find domestic abuse funny, it's just the circumstances in which she used it. And it was the officer's reply that broke me, which was, "Did you go to the hospital?" Fucking
I'm so sad that she got framed. He could sprinkle he could sprinkle those beer cans or bottles in that car. So I was like you hear them about sprinkle, like it's kind of like how Dave Chappelle says on that one stand up where it's early out in his career. He's like making fun of the cops. Like obviously he's like blaming, like if it's a black guy, he's like, and like, oh, like he arrests him, like just sprinkle some crack on him.
I forgot about that. Dave Chappelle is fucking hysterical.
Oh, I love him. He's great.
And if you guys haven't, you should check out the previous episode of Epic or Trash, where me and Lord Triton of the Raven Cast, along with my merry bandmates of people who will take down Devious Dave with me, go over a sovereign citizen from Florida who may or may not have tried to impersonate being an officer from a sovereign nation. It gets even better. Because the fucker refused to put his hands out the window. 31 times they asked him to put his hands out the window and he refused. And when they finally yanked his ass out of the car, he was like, "I'm a sovereign citizen, you can't arrest me. You got a Florida license that clearly states your name. I'm from Moscow." That's not a town in Florida.
Exactly. Like I agree. I think that's a brilliant move from the cop. Like if you're gonna say you're a sovereign nation citizen, then you shouldn't have American plates.
Yeah, because he literally put a sovereign nation plate, like a piece of fucking paper he drew on, and put it over his fucking license plate on the car. Which made it seem like it was a stolen car, which was even more hysterical. Because then when he finally did, quote unquote, put his hands out the window, he slipped him out pieces of paper saying he was he's from a sovereign nation. And I was making the joke, and this is the joke I made to my friends. Like, I can just imagine the officer getting the paper, and he's just like, "Are you fucking serious? Are you serious?"
He could have took the license plate off because maybe his nation doesn't believe in license plates.
I forget what part of the sovereign, because it's an actual cult of people who believe they're sovereign citizens and they're only allowed to drive around like the little area that they live in Florida. I'm like, and I wonder why the United States is going to go to hell. I think this is not just a bus ride. This is a plane ride straight to hell. We're going straight to hell, just like our mama said. We're going straight to hell. So with that being said, we're going to tie up part one, because that's what I'm going to retitle this one as, is part one. So I want to thank my guest, Casey is Raw, for joining us here tonight.
It was fun. If I had enough energy after this whole crazy few days, I would say let's keep going, but like I am dog ass tired. Yeah,
I'm fucking exhausted and I'm gonna need some time to cope. I'm gonna have to do my own coping stream. I'm gonna have to get some seltzer Dr. Peppers, get some weed beer and be like, "I'm better than you." Clicks the applause button. Wait, hold on, wait. I gotta hit the applause button real quick. "I'm better than you, DSP."
Hey, at least he had more soundboard than
any of you motherfuckers. I actually entertain people, unlike everybody else except you, Casey. You're entertaining. Everybody else is fucking retarded. Okay, actually, I take that back about Tex. Tex is entertaining. AJ is like the equivalent. AJ is the equivalent of the racist guy in the Metal War that you let out every now and again to let him get some fresh air. And then Davius Dave is the racist cousin that you let over for Christmas because you pity him because he has no friends. Boom.
I can't help you guys. I try. Maybe we should just like let it go.
You better wear a purple thong tonight.
You don't know. Maybe I don't like to wear it. I think.
See, I didn't need to know about you not wearing any underwear. See, there's a thing called none of my fucking business.
I could be not wearing any shorts right now, so I could be just wearing.
Well, I'm literally I'm wearing jeans, and I gotta hike them back up to my belts. My fucking belt's worn out, and I need to get a new one. I've had it for like 7 years.
I got belts.
Wrong kind of belts, but although I will definitely take when I can think of the name of that championship belt, I'll definitely take it. But anyhow, AJ Raider, yeah, no, you're a dead man walking, racist bastard. Anyhow, that's your new nickname, racist bastard. That's what I'm gonna refer to you as. But anyhow, with all that being said, thank you, Casey is Raw, for joining me here tonight.
It was fun.
Make sure you check out his channel, Casey is Raw.
Gaming and wrestling.
And let's see, you got any other social media accounts?
I got Twitter. That's the best place to reach me.
Yeah, make sure you follow him on Twitter as Casey. Is it just Casey is Raw?
Yep.
Make sure you follow him there on Twitter then. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to donate, that's more than appreciated. Make sure you also donate to Casey is Raw because he's deserving of it. Other than that, we will see you all tomorrow night. I want to thank everybody who donated. I want to thank everybody who showed up to the stream and participated. And I want to give a special thank you to RJ for letting us know about that clip, because otherwise I would have found out about that probably tomorrow. So that was awesome. That's why I love the chaos of this.
Well, a lot of times I like to refresh, like, not just the subscribe section. A lot of times, like, let's see what they would suggest. And I probably would have came across it today, but I'm glad he dropped it today for us because, like I said earlier, like, everyone and their color. Oh, what was that?
Yeah, it's like fucking crazy, absolutely crazy. And that's my dog thumping the floor.
Oh, it sounds like.
Yeah, that you're hearing is my dog scratching themselves. Like I said, I got big ass fucking dogs, and there's no sound padding above me, so you hear everything.
It sounds like a heartbeat, like a racing heartbeat. I was like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, you're hearing my heartbeat as I get ready to put Devious Dave 6 feet under in my backyard. I got a nice spacious backyard. It will fit him and AJ's ego with it too.
Oh. No comment. I'm gonna try to stay as neutral as I can.
I'm gonna hit him fucking right in the balls, because that's how they like it, because they're sadomasochists. That's why they keep coming to me.
But it was fun. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. So thank you everyone for watching. As the classic phrase goes, this is AJ Timms, and you're gonna say your name or what?
Oh, my bad.
Okay, we're gonna try this one. We're gonna try this one again. I do this intentionally to fuck with people. But when I say "and," that's when you say your name. This is AJ Timms, and
my name is Casey McGraw.
Signing out. Have a great night, everyone.